Hello and welcome to the TOEFL Speaking Tutor. My name is Anthony Salvaggio and I will be your instructor throughout this course. Today we're going to be talking about question type number 1 and number 2. During this lesson we will talk about the different guidelines for each question type. We will review the types and examples so you know what to expect. And we're going to outline some basic principles to help improve your score. Then we're going to discuss some basic principles to improve your speaking abilities and of course improve that score. So, the question type number 1. The first speaking task is to describe something with which you are familiar. Perhaps it's an experience that you had, something that you've seen, a preference, or a desire. For example, describe your favorite place to visit in your country. Be sure to give details and examples to support your position. So, what are the guidelines for question type number 1? Well, the first thing you do is you want to state your personal preference, experience, or desire. You want to give your first reason as to why that is your personal preference. Then you want to state specific examples or details about your reason. Give your second reason, state examples and details, give your third reason, and state examples and details. It's good to have 3 reasons and specific details about each of the 3 reasons, but it'll always depend on how fast you speak. You might only have time for 2, so keep that in mind. Here are some suggestions. Keep in mind that this question will have 15 seconds to prepare and 45 seconds to speak. So before the test, as always, know your speech structure, memorize and practice several times. During the 15 seconds of preparation time, you need to decide what is your personal preference. Brainstorm ideas and details. Write down as many as you can think of during that time. Discard ideas that are abstract and focus only on the ones that are concrete and easy to speak about. Remember, you only have 15 seconds to prepare, so you're not going to have a lot of time to do this. During your speech, you want to give your personal preference out quickly, usually within the first 2 sentences. Then plug in your ideas and details into your memorized structure. Remember to focus on this part of the speech the most. Include your conclusion, assuming you have time, to restate your preference. Question type number 2. The second speaking task is to choose an option. So you'll be given a topic for debate where you must choose a side. Remember to choose whichever option you have more to say about. It does not have to be your personal preference, only easy to speak about. A lot of people make the mistake there and want to choose something that's very personal to them or their ideas, but just talk about something that's easy to speak about. For example, some people feel that a national health care plan is the best option. Others believe that private health care insurance is the best. Which do you prefer? Be sure to give examples and details to support your position. So, what are the guidelines for question type number 2? Well, the first thing you do is state which option you prefer. Give your reasons, your first reason why. State specific examples or details about this reason. Give your second reason why, and state specific examples about that reason. And last, give your third reason, and again, come the specific examples and details. Again, you want to try to have 3 reasons and details, but remember, you may not have time for all 3. Be prepared for that. Question type number 2, suggestions. Again, keep in mind that for this question you have 15 seconds to prepare and 45 seconds to speak. Again, before the test, know your speech structure. Memorize and practice several times. During the 15 seconds, decide which option is the easiest to speak about. Brainstorm ideas and details Write down as many as you can think of during that time. Again, discard ideas that are abstract and focus on the ones that are concrete and easy to speak about. During your speech, get your preferred option out there quickly, within the first 2 sentences. Plug in your ideas and details, and remember to focus on this part of the speech the most. Include your conclusion to restate your preference. Here's an example, and this is only an example as a guideline. Start with your introduction paragraph. There is a lot of discussion about some topic, some option. Some people feel that this option is the best. Others believe that this other option is the best. I feel that this option is the best, and there are 3 reasons why. For your body paragraphs, you're going to start off with your transitional phrase. The first reason is because, and by this I mean, for example, or clearly this explains why my option is the best. Then you go into your conclusion. Again, start with your transition word. In conclusion, my option is the best because not everyone will agree with my position, but I hope that more people will. So this is only an example of the structure, and you need to work on the right words and phrases that fit each question type. But in general, you want to include this type of structure in your speech. So, the basic principles. Practice every day, by yourself, and with family and friends. Record your voice and listen to how you sound. Take advantage of our feedback program and have your instructor give you direct feedback on your speech. Be certain to use transition words for each of the paragraphs. First, second, third, last, and so forth. Always use these words and phrases to tell the listener that a new idea is coming. Your grader will be listening for these words. Use words that connect ideas. For example, because, furthermore, additionally, so, also, thus, therefore. Use these words to tell the listeners that your ideas are connected and that your speech has a natural flow. So concentrate on the flow of ideas throughout your speech using these connection words, transitional words, as well as phrases. So during this session we spoke about the different guidelines for each question type. We reviewed the types and examples so you know what to expect. We've outlined some basic principles to help improve your score, and we've discussed some basic principles to improving your speaking abilities, and of course, get that score up. Next steps, practice question type 1 and 2 until you're confident in your delivery. Move on to the next lesson about question types 3 and 4. You may also download this presentation and study the techniques and guidelines that we discussed. Again, my name is Anthony Salvaggio, and I look forward to working with you in future projects.